Hello, welcome back to Skrr Vapes, a channel that aims to bring the views and experiences of products in the market today, brought to you by an average vapor. Now this week I've got something that is actually kind of special. Now when I bought it, I didn't have high hopes for it, but to be honest, it's actually blew me away a little bit. It's this, the Vaporesso Skrr tank. Now Vaporesso, really dependable company, probably one of the best on the market for reliable mods. But when they released the Skrr, it also released with the Lux 200 watt mod kit. So I was a little bit skeptical with this as a standalone tank. Now, it's quite impressive. I will get talking about it in just a minute. But before all that, let's give her a vape. Now, what you get in the box. Now, this is the box it comes in. It's a lovely box that lifts off, nice and tall. Obviously the tank's not in it because it's on top of my mod. Now what you do, you get the tank. Now you get a extra drip tip. I'm not too sure what this actually is for because it doesn't seem to sit in the tank. You get a 5mm glass, which pull out. You also get a rubber sleeve. Don't know if you would have seen, but you can get like a pumpkin and a devil. You know, that's just the standard one. You get, let's go into it. Now, you get 3 coils. You get the QF1, QF2, and the ceramic. Now, this is the QF1. As you can see, it's had plenty of use. You have the QF2, which is in the tank, and then you have the ceramic, which looks like that. This one I haven't had a chance to try yet. You get spare O-rings, and you get, let's get it out, little card, little warranty card, and information book, as you would normally expect. Now the Q1, let's just pull the right information up. It's rated 0.15, rated between 50 and 80. Now the QF2 is rated, I think it's 50 to 70, and then the ceramic is rated 35 to 45, and I think that's a 0.5 coil. Now what makes this a little bit different, or at least what they're trying to do with it, is that it's a QF airflow design, hence the name of the coils. Now what that means is that the airflow goes in through the bottom, and then when it hits the coil, it's separating in 4 different directions. So when it's coming up, it's meant to dissipate any spitback, it's meant to improve the airflow, and it's meant to stop leaking as well. But we'll get talking about the tank now in terms of the makeup of it. You get an 810 drip tip, it's an 8mm glass as standard, the 5mm in the bottle. You get bottom adjustable airflow, as you can see. Now the way the fill mechanism works is a little bit different with this. You unscrew the drip tip, and then there's a little arrow there which you can see. Push that back, well, it swings back, and there's your fill hole. So you fill her up, screw the top back on, and you're done. Now apparently you can replace this drip tip and it won't child lock on you, which I say using the one out the box wouldn't work for me, wouldn't even place in. So you may need to stick some O-rings on it as well before you do that. Now we'll get into the pros and cons of this, and as I say, very, very interesting tank. First one for me, it's going to be the flavour. It does give quite good flavour. Now, when I first started using this, it reminded me of a power tank. I've mentioned it a few times on this channel before. Basically, things like the Smock Prince, I think it was the AS Vape tank that I brought out a couple months ago. Those sort of tanks, the power tanks, you know, they go for vapour over flavour. Now, this does similar, but the flavour is actually quite good. You know, you're certainly getting a little bit of complexities in your e-liquid, so absolutely love the flavour coming from this, especially for the vapour production. Next pro for me is going to be the capacity out the box. 8 mils, absolutely massive, will last you a lot longer. The juice consumption, another pro, I don't think it drains that quick. I mean, obviously it drains quite a lot, but not as quickly as other tanks that I've experienced. Next pro for me is going to be the 3 coils in the box. If you buy any tank, you normally get 2. I mean, the Mesh Pro was absolutely criminal for this. Not putting the triple mesh in the box. The fact that Vaporesso have put all 3 coils in the box for you to try, absolutely fantastic value. So major pro for me that. Airflow on this is really good. I've not had any leakings whatsoever. No spit back at all. Now, not a big fan of the drip tip secure design, but it's a pro that they've put that locking mechanism in place, certainly because it prevents it coming open at all and leaking, so pro for me. Now, the best thing that I found with this tank, I found more with the QF1 coil. And basically what it is, the way the airflow works, it absolutely amazed me. When you're inhaling, it feels like you're not getting much vapor going in. It's very, very airy, especially with the airflow wide open. Very airy vape. But on the exhale, you get a lot of vapor coming out, and it's just really enjoyable. I mean, this tank's quite low now, but this one, it's the Q2. It's not as much, but still does that a little bit. So you can hear the airflow as you're going in, and it doesn't feel like you're getting all that vapor going in, but obviously you can see from the exhale, and this is at 70 watts, that you definitely are getting quite a lot of vapor and a lot of flavour as a result. So absolutely love that. Now go on to the cons of this tank now. There isn't many. I say I don't like that child lock design. I mean, if you can get a drip tip, an 810 drip tip to work that takes that child lock off, then go ahead. Next con for me, I wouldn't say the flavour is rivaling something like a Falcon or a Mesh Pro. I think that's its only little weakness, I'd say. I am struggling for cons here, if I'm being honest. The fact that I can't think. I really can't think. But what I do have is a weird. I think I've only ever done this once before. But we've had the pros, the cons, and now the weird. Now, when I first filled this up with the Q1 coil, I done what I normally do. I prime the coil, wet the cotton, fill the tank, and leave it for a couple of hours, to make sure it's ready to vape. Now, when I come back, the tank was half full, and it just leaked liquid everywhere. Despite the anti-leak design, it leaked. And for some reason, I just had the voice in the back of my head just to say, fill it back up. And since then, it hasn't leaked. So I've no idea why that happened. I don't know if its coil wasn't in place properly or anything, but I didn't change anything. I just literally filled it back up. So yeah, that was a little bit of a weird one for me. But I say it's not happened since, so it's not a con as such. So yeah, that was the Vaporesso Skrr. Get into the overall of it now. And overall, this is really a dark horse for one of the leading sub-ohm tanks. I know I said this similar to the Alpha from Geek Vape, but this, it kind of launched to quite a bit of advertising and then just dropped off completely. And I haven't seen any mentions of it. Certainly no one rushing out to buy it, but I actually think this is a fantastic sub-ohm tank. It's really enjoyable. It's a really enjoyable vape, as I say, from the airflow into the vapor production. Fantastic. I absolutely loved it. You get, if you're not buying a TPD version, you get a massive capacity. The device is locked up, so essentially it's not leaking from the bottom and it's not leaking from the top. But again, it's very, very easy just to do that. I mean, what's that, just over one turn and it's off. So overall, would I recommend this tank? Yeah, I really, really would. And not because just because it's a big tank, but I really enjoyed using it. You know, the fact that I've burned through one coil already, and I'm going for a second one. Normally I don't have that. I mean, I suppose as a con you would say that coil only lasted about a week and a half, but I was putting lots of different liquids through it, including the walnut range, so that might be why it burned out a bit quicker. But yeah, that was the Vaporesso Skrr tank. The terrible name, but fantastic vaping experience. As always, thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. I'll drop a link to the Facebook group below. I say join in, get involved. I can keep you updated with all the latest products that I will be getting in the future. And as I've said last time, if you need any help, then just drop a comment in there, and I'll be straight along to help you out. Yeah, so nothing else to say, but stay safe. And keep vaping.